Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Suspiria Truder, welcome back to Fallout 2. Well, last time we went and explored Vault 15 and overpaid $10,000 for a map to Vault 13, because there was also a map for free inside Vault 15. But screw it, I'm sure the Doctor's going to have a very lovely life with that $10,000. So Vault 13's where we're going today, right in the centre of Deathclaw territory. But, thanks to the comments who reminded me, I've missed one thing first. You see, local crime boss Merc wanted me to kill this here herbologist, which I wasn't desperately keen on until I realised something that the comments had pointed out to me, which is that little alignment he gave me can do one of three things. Either increase your luck by 1, increase it by 2, or reduce it by 1. And I got reduced by 1, and that's permanent. My luck is now just 1 lower than it should be for the rest of the game, which is obviously extremely bloody convenient when I'm trying to build a character who specialises in critical hits. So at this point I don't even care about Merc, to be honest. I'll just do this one as a freebie. So, you stupid bastard, you better say sorry right bloody now or you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Nope, he's literally refusing to speak to me. Alright then, that's absolutely fine. And when I say that's absolutely fine, there are some small problems. Like, for example, there are 3 armed police officers all around this building, and I'm guessing there's no glass in those windows, and also the doors open, because you can't close doors from inside in old Fallout for some reason. You have to step outside to do the close action, so that's kind of unfortunate too. So, right, probably the best thing we can do, go into sneak mode, pull out pistol, and attempt to kill as fast as possible. Here we go, 1 shot straight in the eyes. And, okay. He's gone straight down. Good. I've lost 10 karma. And now we just very quickly reload the gun and put the gun away and then immediately end the combat. Uh-oh. Okay, so the police are coming to investigate the loud noise. That's maybe a little bit on the concerning side. No, bad dog! I really don't want to have to kill everyone in the NCR, so unfortunately, this bastard might get to live. Then I'm curious how you do kill him. Possibly if you're an unarmed or melee specialist, that's a lot quieter. Or if you've got a silenced weapon, but then I'm not sure I've actually seen a silenced weapon in this entire game, so I don't know where they come from. Well, I guess you just get to live, you lucky bastard. Okay, we're going into Deathclaw territory. We need to make sure we're well set up for this one. So, sniping hasn't exactly been working for Vic, because sometimes it means he just spends the entire fight just trying to back off further and further and further. Instead, tell him to just stay close by to me. Don't charge, don't get closer, stay roughly where I am, and then I'll just stay at medium range and everything will be fine. Probably anyway. Okay, everybody properly armed, plenty of stim packs. Everybody in the car, we need to go kill ourselves some Deathclaws. On the plus side, yeah, we're not going very far, but I'm guessing there might be some form of guaranteed event between me and Vault 13, and yes, indeed, except hang on, that's not a Deathclaw. Welcome to the Cafe of Broken Dreams, apparently. Okay then, the Maltese Falcon. Right, everything's getting a bit on the weird side. I can't believe I didn't make the final cut in Fallout 1. My player was so stupid. Right, okay, so, yes, I think I've heard of this in passing in the past. So, this is another one of those things that probably isn't canon. A random event where you just basically run into the cast of Fallout 1. And here's odd, young fake Tandy has made a reference to Ian being somewhere in Vault City, but he's not, because according to the Fallout Bible, Ian didn't survive the events of Fallout 1. He was supposed to be killed by a flamethrower somewhere in the boneyard. So, yeah, that's an odd thing for you to say, young non-canonical Tandy. And we've even got Set over here too, though he doesn't seem particularly talkative, all things considered. Ian was more dangerous to me than the enemies we were fighting. I hope he's dead wherever he is. Yes, indeed, generic white hero model. He is very dead according to the closest thing we have to canon. And other than that, it's a lot of slightly meta humour about Fallout 1, people trying to keep Dogbeat alive during Fallout 1 in various different ways, all of that business. You know what? Let's just file this entire event in the same part of our brains where we put the Bridge of Death. This didn't actually happen. It's definitely not canon. Right, keep on keeping on, and okay, we've made it all the way to Vault 13 without running into a single Deathclaw, so that's good at least. So, we parked the car right in the cave, and is this the same cave as it was back in the day? And it would appear to be. This looks about the same, absolutely. But no sign of the old rats. Gotcha. But then again, bear in mind, maybe I'm not supposed to be attacked. We already ran into talking Deathclaws previously. Yeah, it doesn't take a genius to figure out this is the centre of Deathclaw territory. There are talking intelligent Deathclaws floating about. Potentially, we're about to run into something very odd indeed. Now, can I actually get the door open? And the answer is yes, and in fact, wow. That was a bit faster than I was expecting. Okay, one thing modern Fallout does better, makes the vault door opening a bit more of an event. And there we go, 2000 XP for making my way to Vault 13, which is still nicely lit up and everything, but maybe I've got the wrong end of the stick here, because never mind. I thought there were no Deathclaws, because, you know, there's a human over there, but no, there's definitely a Deathclaw. Hello there, Deathclaw. Let's see if we can have a chat to you. Good! Good, good, good. It is one of the talking Deathclaws. That's marvellously good news, because the alternative is me being dead. So do not fear me, I do not intend to harm you. I am Gruthar, leader of the Deathclaw pack. Why have you come here? And yes, indeed. Let's start off with how exactly you can talk, because this is a bit odd and never really came up again afterwards. So forgive me, I do not mean to be rude, but I do not see this as relevant to our conversation. I can speak your tongue, I can read your written word. What more needs to be said? And I don't mean to pry, but surely you can see how that is somewhat interesting, right? Yes, I certainly can. Very well. If we part as friends, human, you should speak with Goris. He has more understanding in this matter than I. He can usually be found in the Vault Library. Alright, I'll be looking forward to seeing him in that case. Let's get back to the key business, though. So, yeah, I'd like to know what happened to the people who once lived here. That's probably a good starting point, because they definitely weren't Deathclaws in Fallout 1. I'm like 90% sure I'm remembering that correctly. They are gone, human. We did not kill them and take their home. It's not our way to kill. I understand you may not believe me, but I hope you'll judge me by my actions towards you, and not out of fear or prejudice. Okay. Well, you seem eloquent for the time being, so I'll work under the assumption that that is true, but in which case, where did they go? Because they definitely didn't go to the NCR, because otherwise people would have realised. Now, of course, as Arroyo itself, well, we know some of the people went, but yeah, part of the entire issue with Vault 13 is, because of their exposure to the original Vault Dweller, some people wanted to leave, they're the ones that ended up at Arroyo. Some people chose to stay, so yeah, where did they end up? And go on then, while I'm actually passing by, I may as well deal with the least important thing first. So yes, the local Brahmin ranchers. I'm guessing that's you, but you don't actually want to hurt anybody, you're just looking for a bit of food. I'm sorry to say that I ordered the raids on the human lands. I'm responsible for the lives of the many here. We are running out of food, water, and other supplies. Until I can get the situation corrected, I need to take what I, a Deathclaw, cannot ask humans for. Okay, so let's have a little think here. Is there some way I might be able to do something to help you so that, you know, you don't have to raid the NCR anymore? Because sooner or later, that's going to cause problems. You'd be interested in helping us? Yes, I sense a little evil in you. Very well, I shall place my trust in you. Right, I'm guessing that was just a karma check, which I passed. Because despite the grave robbing, I've killed enough bad people, so therefore I'm a good person. Thank you very, very much indeed. There are many machines here, machines built by humans. Deathclaw hands cannot use these machines. However, there is one machine that understands questions. I ask it to run the other machines and it obeys. This machine no longer listens. It will no longer run the other machines. We're running out of food and water. I've ordered raids on the human lands so we may survive. I'm not proud of this and I would put an end to it. If you repair this machine, I'll be able to feed my people once again. I'll gladly stop the raids. Will you agree to this? Yes, because I've got Vic here, and he's really damn good at repairing things, so for once, Vic's actually going to be bloody useful. And that's down on level 3 in the Vault Control Centre. Fair enough, we know where that is. Absolutely flipping marvellous. I'm placing my trust in you. Please do not betray it. You are welcome here. Good. Hopefully that means the other Deathclaws are... Hang on, are they all intelligent? I don't know if they're all intelligent or not. Hopefully they are, or he can somehow psychically communicate with them or something. Also, maybe I should have actually asked him about the GECK first, because now he's not actually willing to answer. because now he just wants to know about the machine. Right, we should probably go and deal with that first in that case, but maybe I should have asked about the GECK first up. Though I'm also curious, there's a human here. Hello there, Mr. Human. Who are you, and by any chance are you the last remaining survivor from the original Vault 13 lot? So he is Joseph the Herbalist. Okay, so what would you like to know? Are you actually a prisoner here right now? I'm not a prisoner, I stay because I'm needed. I've learned to accept the fact some of my patients are Deathclaws. When you say some, does that mean there are actually still other humans here too? Right, we need to go and have a little look-see roundy. And he does have some interesting thoughts about the Deathclaws themselves. So yeah, he says the species is highly intelligent, about the equivalent of an 8-year-old, with some individuals reaching human normal level. Their learning capacity is very high, and they are capable of abstract thought and reasoning. So, even aside from the super intelligent ones, apparently Deathclaws are maybe a bit cleverer than I've typically given them credit for. Then again, he's not actually specifically talking about how, you know, there's a particular super intelligent one or something, like this is an odd genetic experiment. He's just acting like this is normal. Some Deathclaws can actually just become normal human level intelligent, and some of them can just speak, so okay, possibly this is a bit of canon that didn't really make it into the future games, because I feel like after Fallout 2, Deathclaws were never treated as this intelligent again. Okay, let's try another Deathclaw here. So, it watches you with strangely intelligent eyes, but will it say anything? Forgive, I no speak well, I try to talk you. So, okay, do you have an idea of an individual identity? I'm Fern, who are you? And, got to go, it's a pleasure to meet you, Fern. I'm John. You want what? And, yeah, what are you doing here precisely? I guard hall, safety of pack goal. Well, I think you're doing a great job, congratulations. Though, to be honest, yeah, how many people actually ever make it into this hall? Intruder, human, Deathclaw, whatever. Pack threatened, I attack. Marvellous. And I would indeed feel sorry for any intruders who happened upon you, or indeed any Deathclaw whatsoever. And here we go, there are indeed more people floating around here, in fact, quite a few of them, okay. So it would appear that we've actually got ourselves 3 different non-Deathclaws floating around here. So a sad older man, oh I didn't see you standing there. And that's okay, we all space out at times. You look rather down, yes, precisely who are you and what's going on here? I was born 2 months prematurely. When I was 1, I was dropped on the porch. When I was 2, I had pneumonia. When I was 3, I got the chicken pox. Right, so, bad things have happened to you. Got it, but what's actually currently bothering you? Like, you know, the sort of thing where I could nip to a different floor, grab something, bring it back to you and get 1,000 XP for free. Because that's the sort of thing I'm very good at solving. So he ran out of water in the desert and the Deathclaws found him, but they didn't kill him, instead they gave me water, brought me here, gave me this room, gave me food, cleaned me up, and now they won't let me leave. Right, that's a little bit on the concerning side, that some people appear to have been trapped here. I know they're fattening me up for some unknown horrible fate. I keep telling them that I'd probably taste better if I was leaner, but it does no good. They just smile, if you can call it that, pat me on the head and say, don't worry human, things will get better. Right, so that's a little bit on the concerning side. Well, let's check in with the others before we actually go and speak to the leader about this, because, yeah, if this guy is actually trapped here, that's definitely a bit concerning, so someone can help you with, stranger. Who precisely are you? My name is Matt, does it matter? And, not really, to be honest. Are you a prisoner here as well? Yes, as a matter of fact I am. I stumbled upon this place and got myself captured by the Deathclaws. They give me freedom of movement within the lower levels of the vault, but I can never go to level 1, where the exit is. And why is that precisely? Because unlike the rest of the sheep who live here, I recognise them as a threat to humanity. They know that if I get out of here, I'll see to it they're wiped off the face of the earth. Look, they can think for themselves, they can learn, they can read, and even write if they dip a claw in ink. They're fast, tough, perceptive, and deadly. If their numbers grow large enough, they will be the greatest threat that the human race could ever face. Think about it, they need to be eliminated. And, okay, I can see why they don't let you leave. You're a fool to trust them. If you change your mind, come back and get me. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I could take them out even if I wanted to. And one more, man in a purple robe, right here. Hello there, what's your deal? Welcome, traveller, I'm called Gordon. I am the Shrine Keeper. What can I help you with? So, Okay, what exactly is going on with you, my good friend? This shrine is dedicated to an unnamed hero known only as the Vault Dweller. He or she was the saviour of all who lived here several decades ago. We don't know what became of our saviour, but he or she lives on in our minds and hearts. So, okay, they still vaguely remember the original Vault Dweller, just through oral tradition or something. And other than that, nothing much. He says he's only known the Deathclaws for a few months, but he's lived in the vault his entire life, suggesting that the Deathclaws are actually fairly recent arrivals, but nothing I can actually use to confirm that for certain. Right, down to the final floor, and in here we've got even more people. Is that one child and one woman over there? And then we've got ourselves more people. Right, actually, there's not very many Deathclaws, all things considered. Ah, but I'm guessing you're going to be the matriarch back there with the babies and the eggs. Gotcha. Actually, it's not a special one. It's just a typical Deathclaw, so there's no variant for the matriarch or the queen or whatever. But yes, indeed, 310 hit points, which is no flipping joke. Right, well, let's start off by chatting to the humans. See what else we can figure out here. Well, Al B, how are you doing, John? I hope everything worked out well for you at the squat. And Dahlia, thanks to you, things worked out great. Who was Dahlia again? Hang on, who the flip was Dahlia? Okay, I had to just go and look that up, but Dahlia was the person who let me go past to the hut where the Khans were, outside Vault 15. She was the one I talked into letting me pass, so, right, somehow she just ended up here. And she just stumbled into a campsite where Deathclaws were talking, so, these guys are not doing a good job keeping the fact they're intelligent and floating around this part of the world secret. A lot of people seem to just stumble across them. And yes, indeed, just like the shrine keeper upstairs, she says she can leave anytime she wants to. So, I suspect the first guy I spoke to, the only reason he's not allowed to leave is because they're worried about his own mental health right now, so they're trying to keep him here until he recovers in some capacity. But I suspect keeping him prisoner is not going to help with that. And here we go, over on the far left, this really bulky robe is apparently a Deathclaw in a terrible, terrible disguise. So yes, Gruthar said I should look you up, seems like you're the man with the answers. But first I'm going to introduce myself, just to be polite. It's a pleasure to meet you, John. So you're an outsider, I've seen a few like you, some are staying here in the vault, but you look a bit different. You appear to be more seasoned, if you know what I mean. I'll bet you've been around a bit and accomplished things, am I right? And I've certainly had some adventures, and as a result of that, yeah, I'd like to learn more about your history too. So go on then, let's start off with the big question mark hanging over this whole situation. What happened to the remaining people who didn't choose to leave for Arroyo? They were captured by a group called the Enclave. Gruthar and the pack were forced to aid in their capture. They had no choice since they were slaves at the time. The fate of the humans has weighed heavily on Gruthar's mind. He never really forgave himself for his complicity in the affair. The humans were taken alive, but who knows what's happened to them since. Right, that makes a bit more sense, because we do know Deathclaws were created by the US military pre-war, and then post-war, the Enclave did on occasion use them in various capacities. So, okay, that story checks out. And effectively it seems he's a scholar studying Deathclaw society. But he also says, I've acquired just about all the information I need here. It would help my research a great deal if I could do some travelling. Right, let's sort out the problems in these vaults and maybe come back and pick you up, because this seems to be a lovely safe place with food and water. So, if I needed to leave my dog behind, this would be a lovely place for him. Dahlia could take care of him, because Dahlia owes me a favour for taking care of her former boss anyway. So this would be a lovely place to leave the robo-dog, and then Gorus could come with me, because a Deathclaw strikes me as a very good companion. And here we go, we get an actual proper explanation here. So these Deathclaws have been modified to be a little bit more on the intelligent side. Not like super intelligent or anything, but enough that they can just, follow basic commands and whatnot. And because this is Fallout, obviously what was done was the FEV virus, because the FEV virus is just magic pixie juice that does whatever the hell it feels like. So apparently, you inject Deathclaws with FEV, and it makes them as smart as what we've seen here. But they were also so smart they could see they were destined for slavery, so they played dumb until they could gain their freedom, and here they are. Marvellous. And here's something that I'm guessing is going to be absolutely flipping crucial. So, the Enclave. There's one other thing. They showed an interest in some ruins to the west of here. I don't know why. That's about it. So, directly to the west of Vault 13 is the old Mariposa military base in Fallout 1. So I'm guessing that's still there, unless of course he's referring to San Francisco, which would be broadly to the west of where I am too. And yes, indeed, he thinks I've got too many people with me to actually go travelling, so... okay, this is all absolutely fine. Does anyone know where my puppy is? Here we go, Robo-Puppy, you be a good boy and stay here with Dahlia, where it's safe. Because in Fallout 1 it was incredibly bloody difficult to keep dog meat alive, so it's probably better you just don't come with me, to be honest. So you just stay right here. I promise after we're done with our adventures, I will come back and see you. But for the time being, Dahlia, please take care of my little Robo-Puppy. Right, one dose of Mentats and mirrored shades on. And now that we've actually told the dog to stay... Gorus, are you actually willing to? Yes, indeed! I would be honoured to join you. Marvellous. And I'm guessing, based on the fact he was scrutinising me, that might have just been another karma check. Beautiful. So I have now got myself a Gorus. Marvellous. Though he does look slightly ridiculous in his massive robe. I'm not sure how that could possibly fool anybody, but whatever. Now, let's have a little look-see at the combat control options for you, because I'm guessing you don't actually use a gun. No, you just use your claws. But that's 23 damage, which is actually pretty darn good. And there's basically no custom options I can actually set for him because, yeah, he can only do one thing, which is charge directly at the enemy and try and swipe them down. Marvellous. Though the game is saying he could potentially use stim packs, so... okay, can I actually trade with you? Yes, I can. Beautiful. Here, have some medicine. Right, crack on with meeting the other Deathclaws. We've got one here called Valdis, who is indeed, yeah, a little bit more on the eloquent side, next to some of the others. So, he claims to be a guard, keeping people out of this area. But presumably I'm authorised because Gruthar told me to come down here and sort this out. Ah, yes, and never forget this lovely room in every vault where we've actually got ourselves locked things, you say. I don't think they're going to be locked, actually. I think we're going to be helping ourselves to all of the ammunition and whatnot, including, oh, beautiful, plasma grenades. Gotta love a plasma grenade. Oh, and this is a flippin' lovely crate right here. Shotgun ammo, a shotgun, a flipping water chip, because why not? Presumably that is literally the water chip from Fallout 1. Though, actually, hang on. It wouldn't be, because presumably that's like, you know, plugged into a console somewhere. Maybe that's the old broken one. And combat armor, but I'm guessing that doesn't fit a Deathclaw. Now, I've also got a whole bunch of stuff here that I don't actually know what to do with. Navcom parts. So, computer parts look like they slot into the interior of a machine. The fact that they say Poseidon Oil and navigational computer on them leads you to believe they fit into a Poseidon Oil navigational computer. Okay, I'll just be taking that with me, actually, because that's unique and thus probably important. Also, bloody hell, I just found the GECK. It was just here, in the locker on the left, so... okay, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. There is one just, like, sitting out in the open in Fallout 3 as well. Sometimes you do just find these things, so just add water and stir. Marvellous. In Fallout 3 it was a bit more complicated than that. They did have a habit of, you know, exploding and then recombining all of the matter around them into something good. But apparently they were a bit simpler back in these days, so... okay, I'm not going to take that just yet, because I'm guessing I'm going to be officially awarded it down the line. So, I'm not stealing it, if I might be actually given it as a reward anyway. And unsurprisingly, I'm guessing I'm not allowed in the hatching room. That seems perfectly reasonable. And actually, if I do ask to speak to the Broodmother, potentially, he's okay, and Mother says she talks to you. Beautiful. So, friends stay here, I go in alone, so... okay, I do get to speak to the Queen, but just me, not my friends. And even though, yeah, this is just a standard Deathclaw if I were fighting, apparently this is officially the Queen right here, which is pretty damn cool. A human visitor is an unexpected but not unwelcome event. I'm Kerith, so you are indeed the Broodmother of this entire colony, I'm assuming. So, I am the current Pack Mother. After my eggs hatch, the other mothers will have their turn. Right, so some of the other Deathclaws here are also female or something. Yes, there are more mothers. Should anything happen to me, one will be chosen to take my place. The pack must survive. Okay, so... is there a single father, or is that not how it works? These eggs were sired by Gruthar, the pack leader. It's Gruthar who decides who will mate and who will not. the pack will be made strong by Gruthar. So yeah, right now it's selective breeding according to the alpha male and female. And of course this hatchery isn't part of the original vault design, so they dug it out, a human friend installed the door, and the parts came from a settlement to the northeast of here, so that wouldn't actually be the NCR. In fact, it can't be the NCR. That's directly to the east, not the northeast. So possibly there's a small tiny settlement to the northeast. I'm not sure which one that would be. And the reason there's a Deathclaw guarding her, rather than just, having a locked door, this is a painful memory. A treacherous human snuck in here and planted a bomb among the eggs while I was asleep. Fortunately, he was not as stealthy leaving, and I awoke to find the bomb. There wasn't enough time to deal with the device properly, so I threw it at the door and placed myself between it and the eggs. The eggs and I survived, the door did not. So I'm guessing maybe that was the guy who was actually, in the cell saying, "Oh, I want to kill all the Deathclaws, they're so dangerous," or something. His name is Matt, and he is a prisoner here. Right, yes indeed, that's who that was. Personally, I wanted him dead, but Gruthar would not allow it. I don't see the wisdom in this, but Gruthar's word is law, and he will be obeyed. Should you talk to this human, take care, he cannot be trusted. And that's actually all she's got to say, so I should probably actually leave. And, oh, little baby Deathclaws just go squee-raw. That's adorable. And I most definitely shouldn't try and take one of her eggs to make an omelette with. That would be a bad idea. Right, last person in the vault, however, because yes indeed, the Overseer's chair appears to have been replaced with a massive Zack supercomputer from somewhere. So, hello there, Jim or Jimmy. What's going on with you? Also, that's an excellent point. If the problem is they actually need a computer they can speak to, because they can't actually use the other computers because they don't have hands, there's a giant pile of humans living with you who have hands and appear to be sympathetic to you. Why can't they just run the vault for you? Actually, you know what? That's fine. Let's not ask too many questions here. And there is at least a reason for the change to the Overseer's chair, so I don't know the full story, but at one point in the vault's history, there was a rebellion. The Overseer was either killed or overthrown. I'm not sure which. Anyway, the leaders of the revolution didn't want to entrust the fate of the people to another overseer, so they installed this mainframe. The records say it was purchased from the Brotherhood of Steel. Interesting. So, yeah, we've run into a couple of bases, but they just keep pointing me in new directions, saying, finally, go to San Francisco, where if I'm very, very lucky indeed, they might actually tell me why on earth they actually seem to know who I was, even after I'd only just left Arroyo. And he just confirmed there's ruins of a military base west of here. That may be what's left of them. Okay, a military base west of here would again be Mariposa. But we heard from Goris, logically, that's where the Enclave is showing an interest. So, possibly, there was a big shootout between the Brotherhood and the Enclave at some point over there. In fact, that would broadly make sense, because presumably at the end of Fallout 1, the canonical ending is the Brotherhood helped out the Vault Dweller, so that would have left the Brotherhood in possession of Mariposa military base, but when the Enclave showed up, they're going to have wanted to have a little loosey-roundy, so therefore they would have taken possession. Gotcha. Okay, the computer terminal itself. This is what I need to actually fix up here. So, you examine the terminal, but cannot find anything obviously wrong with it. What do you do? Okay, so probably the best way to start this off is run a diagnostic program, and I'm guessing options appear or don't appear based on my science level, which is now at 100, so hopefully I'm not doing too badly here. So you're certain the system should have a set of diagnostic routines available. However, the keyboard input seems to have been disabled. The units accept voice commands only. What do you do? Okay, well, have a little look-see inside here. Peering into the massive cables and circuit boards, you find the system has been deliberately sabotaged. One of the circuit boards, the voice recognition module, is beyond repair and must be replaced. Now all you need to do is find a replacement module. I have got one of those! I think it might be back in the car, or possibly Sulik's holding it. That's the thing I bought from the gun shop, because it had Vault in the title, so it seemed important. Sulik, have you actually got that on you by any chance? Power fist, picture of Elvis, plastic explosives, ammo for guns we don't actually use, condoms, medicine. Here we go! One computer voice module. Use module on terminal. And as a result of that, install the module. The system is repaired. I am a genius at technology. Marvellous. Right, so end of the day, that was actually pretty simple, because I actually happened to already have what I needed. So, speak to Gruthar, ask him about the GECK, get his permission to actually grab it from the storeroom, and then That's it, we can be back home. Well, okay, that's not it, because we haven't dealt with the bloody Enclave yet, and we haven't really run into the Brotherhood properly, and the San Francisco, so there's going to be more, but this is the end of, like, part 1. Just like Fallout 1 had the water chip thing, then the soup mutant thing, I'm guessing we're about to get to the end of the water chip bit of the game. You've restored my faith in humans, I thank you for all you've done for the pack. Is there something I can do for you in return? Yes, I'd love to help myself to a GECK, please. And he's decided to actually go, pick it up, and bring it to me. So possibly, if I'd actually grabbed it for myself already, he would have found I'd already stolen it, and possibly things would have got a bit on the nasty side. And there we flippin' go. That was, what, 5,000 experience points for repairing the vault, 4,000 for getting the GECK, and an immediate level up too. Beautiful. Oh, 100 hit points. That's nice stuff right there. And stick to the plan here. It's all about the energy weapons. And he's really fond of me because now he's speaking to me in green. Beautiful. So in which case, yes indeed, I guess we just have to nip all the way back to Arroyo, which is a fair way off, it must be said. But there is some stuff I need to do on the way. A few little bits and pieces in parts of the world I haven't visited in a while.
Chosen. Chosen. Do you hear me? The village dies. All of our futures die too. We have little left in both time and essence. Hurry. Hurry.
Okay, I've got good news. I actually have the flipping GECK. And I could go straight back over there, or I could go to the military base, which I now know the location of. You know what? I'm going to be coming back here anyway. I know for a fact the game's not going to let me get away without ever visiting San Francisco. So whatever the second part of the game is after we've delivered the water chip back to Vault 13, we're going to be making our way to the base and San Francisco. So I will be back for you later. Also, they did say they built the door to ruins to the northeast. So I'm not sure what ruins he's referring to unless there's something way over here. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, there's one thing I do need to do, something that's been bugging me for a very long time. So I just looked this one up because I couldn't for the life of me figure it out. So we're going to need to make a little trip back to New Reno to grab something I missed. On the way though, I've run into some mobsters just outside New Reno itself, which is a little bit on the concerning side actually. Who are these guys precisely? So I'm guessing one of the families I already tried to murder. But, to be honest, I could just get in my car and go. But now I'm just kind of curious who you are. Oh yeah, these guys are flimsy as anything. Like, 55 hit points, not particularly good armor. So, in a fight, we can probably destroy them. Not least as I've got a Deathclaw friend. But let's see if they want to chat first. So, hello over there. Did you come out here to get away from it all, Spider? Right, was wondering what you were up to. No! These are my friends! Right, this guy belongs to Right. Okay, so if I've stumbled across you guys, what are you doing out here? I don't know, but okay, they seem to be friendly. That's really nice. Well, no reason to make trouble with them. They're my friends on the same side as me. Everyone back in the car, please. We're almost at New Reno already. And the place I need to visit is Commercial Row. And in particular, New Reno Arms. Now, someone did mention to me in the comments there was something here, but I didn't realise it was actually important. Here we go. Round the back over here, there's a secret basement in this place, very well concealed behind some shelves. And while this isn't actually why I came here, I will... Guys, you all in the way. Guys, everybody move out of my way, please. Yeah, I'll gladly help myself to a little bit of energy because my car's getting a bit on the low side, so I'll help myself to all of this. And we've also just got a random guy down here. Okay, this wasn't why I came. I came for a very specific piece of equipment that I still haven't found, but... Alright, so this guy is just floating down here and yells, boom, and is apparently excited by it. Right, I think I've just run into myself in Fallout. Marvellous. Aha, I see what's going on here. So the guy upstairs charges me an arm and a leg to actually make weapon modifications, but he doesn't do it. He just brings the weapons down over here and gives them to this guy, who's in fact a bit of a genius with weapons, but is otherwise not so good at communicating with other people. Gotcha. Here we go, hidden in the fridge, which is very hard to see because it's kind of obscured by the wall on the far left of the room. Electronic lockpicks. apparently, like, pretty much the only one in the entire game is just hidden in a fridge, behind a wall, in a basement that's hidden behind a shelving unit. So, I've been looking for this for a long time, because you may remember, a long time ago, back in the toxic caves, we actually found ourselves a door that you can't get open without the electronic lockpick. So, that's pretty much the only door that needs this damn thing, and there's basically, as far as I can tell, only one of these in the entire bloody world, and here it is hidden in a fridge. So yes, I'll be having all of this, thank you. Now, the downside is, this guy's decided to actually, shoot me. Which is a little bit on the unfortunate side, because actually he's a decent arms trader. But, okay. Unfortunately, this means you need to go down, you stupid bastards. Well, he's dead at this point. Are his dogs... Oh, bloody hell, right, Goris decided to take off the robe. And now the dogs... Yes, the dogs are coming this way. Right. We need to take out the dogs, guys, because... now the dogs are very much on their way. And yes, indeed, Deathclaws are very good at taking out dogs. Marvellous. So Goris has pretty much got this one by himself. Or at least I hope he does, because he's kind of actually, yeah, blocking up the door right now. But on the plus side, if I need any weapon upgrades, I now know where to go. It's his brother down in the basement. Though possibly everyone else is going to be a bit annoyed about this too. On the plus side, his entire inventory is actually on him right now, so that's nice. Also, apparently he was holding out on me a bit because that gun was never in his inventory, special or otherwise. Okay, so I've accidentally done a good thing. Is everyone else going to be really annoyed at me, by the way? Right, I may have just declared war on New Reno, who knows? Right, let's just shove some microfusion cells into this darn thing. Lovely. And some energy cells too. The car is already full of power. Beautiful. Oh, hello there, sexy. Right, so that rifle he didn't want to sell us is in fact basically, by the looksy of it, sniper rifle, but better. Albeit with a bit less on the range side. That's certainly true. The range isn't as good. Please don't have a ridiculous strength requirement. I'm going to be really sad if you do. And minimum strength of 6. Boo. Boo, I say. But that's absolutely fine. Because, 30 out of 30 as well. Right. Pop this thing in the trunk. It's going to be fine. No. Don't pop it in the trunk. Give it to Vic. Because Vic can use it immediately, and then later, when I've got power armor, then I can take it back off him. But actually, this is a really powerful weapon for Vic. Vic, the sniper rifle is not your most powerful weapon. Not even bloody close. Okay, Vic, just put your weapon away so I can make some manual adjustments, please, alright? We need to take that sniper rifle off you so you can go over to the vastly better weapon I've just gifted you. For whatever reason, he's refusing to use this thing. Now, I know it's not a strength requirement, because it's strength of 6, and so is the, whatever it is, the shotgun that he uses, but I don't. So, he's used that in the past, so I'm not sure what's going on with Vic right now, but he's refusing to go over to this thing, even when I take literally every other weapon out of his inventory, so alright, fine, we'll just keep it for me, I suppose. Right, back in the car, and now we've got a long flipping drive north ahead of me, because... yeah, I don't need to make a stop off at Reading. I don't care about the Wanamingo mine. We instead need to nip over to the den. Couple of things as need to be done there. On the way, we've stumbled across some homesteaders taking on some wolves. So, honestly, we probably could have taken out the wolves and the homesteaders too by ourselves. But screw it. Sure, we'll help out. And they're probably going to be a bit on the worried side about the fact I'm travelling with a Deathclaw, but whatever. Now, please, nobody burst fire into the family. Nobody burst fire into the family. I'm going to feel really bad. Sulik, I'm looking at you while I'm saying this. I'm going to be really annoyed if this actually happens, by the way. Because nobody burst fire. Just kill them. Kill them before my friend murders you, because he's probably about to murder you. Right, let's just finish them off as fast as we can before there's trouble here. So, dog, right in the deck. Down he goes. Are we all cool with each other? No, there's one more back over there. He goes down. Are we all fine now? I think we might all be fine. Oh, well done, Sudik. You didn't start a war by murdering someone you weren't supposed to. You are definitely improving. Also, I'm going to be honest, Goris. I think they flipping know. And here we are back in the den. And of course, there's one thing I totally forgot about last time I was passing close by to this area, which is we were specifically told, hey, my girlfriend goes into like a really deep sleep and people would probably think he was dead or something. Why don't you go and check on him? And of course, yeah, the mummy. And yes, indeed, paid $25 to see the mummy, and it is Woody, so wake him up. And there we flipping go. Run, Woody, run for it. Back to Gecko you go. 1000 XP, 25 karma. Marvellous. Now that's reason number 1 I decided to nip back into town. Reason number 2 is because I believe this is actually the last slaver encampment in the entirety of the flipping wasteland. So I think we actually need to take care of those bastards too. Yeah, the Slavers Guild needs to go down. Unfortunately, thanks to my sniper rifle, it can happen from a very, very long way away. But then again, hang on. Are we technically at war with the Slavers right now? I'm not sure whether we are or not. Right, guys, let's just get ready to make this happen, please. And if you can, don't declare war on the rest of the town. Okay, so, good start. He's exploded. Alright, guys, let's just start moving into position around here. Number 1 is dead. The rest of the town doesn't seem to care, and oh dear. You're armed with, 10mm pistols, are you? Right, what about the rest of you? Are you guys armed in such a way as would theoretically allow me to beat you the first time I was here? Yeah, you're all armed with 10mm. Okay, so, guys, this ain't gonna work well for you right now. I've got such bad news for ya. Right, round the corner, and guns out, please. How many people are actually in here? It's gonna be... Okay, that's probably 9 that actually need to be taken out. The rest of the back are actually slaves, so that should not be a problem at all. So you, my good man, let's just take you out immediately with a shot to the head. Oh yeah, you guys are just flipping melting. I love it. And if they do indeed all just have 10mm pistols, they won't even be able to make it through my armor. So that slave had just missed. Also, I've got a Deathclaw, so have fun with him. And, oh yeah, these guys are going down very, very fast indeed. So everybody into position. Not that guy. Try not to hit that guy. He's not really involved. And the Deathclaw takes 6 hit points of damage. Not so bad. Now everyone starts running outside. And the Deathclaw starts absolutely trashing them. Love it. And you guys are now very, very vulnerable indeed. He's been blinded, I'm guessing. Go for this guy too. Actually, just go for headshot. And he explodes. Okay, so the Slavers Guild's in a bit of trouble. Right, reload the gun as I'm a bit low on actual ammo right now. And then just take a couple of single shots over here. Yeah, 87%. You're actually going to be dead right now. 73. You're not dead, but you are wounded. And now you go down. Right, they are just falling like flipping dominoes. And Goris was just hit for literally 0 damage. So, yeah, unless they happen to get a critical, basically, they can't damage my pet Deathclaw. Flippin' love it. Right, every slave are dead for basically no damage whatsoever. Goris maybe took like, I don't know, 10 hit points of damage in the whole thing. But he seems to have, yeah, a lot of damage threshold baked into his hide, which is very, very nice indeed. Now, how do I officially let the slaves out? Because I've opened the door. Hello there, guys. You could just start running at this point. Like, anytime you want to, actually. There we go. Metzger's dead. You're free to go. Any chance you're all willing to naff off at this point? Wow, 100 karma for that. Which is, you know, worth it because we've just freed a bunch of slaves. But I could have sworn the last time I cleared out a slave camp, it was nowhere near that much. There we go. Looks like they're all starting to actually make a bit of a move. One at a time, they're on their way out of here. Marvellous. That's also a decent-sized pile of corpses right there. I'm pretty proud of that one. It looks lovely. Oh, yeah, and someone was really, really bloody keen on me burying What's-Her-Face's bones properly. Because apparently she hasn't been properly buried yet. So, hang on. Need to actually check which of these headstones is for Anna. Here we go. Anna Winslow. Right, okay. Let's just actually get ourselves a pile of bones right now. Right, go over the pile of bones. Now, put bones... in grave. Bones. Use bones on grave. Use bones on grave. Here we go. Let's see if we can figure this out here. And No, I can't because the bones are not in my inventory. Hang on, I've almost got it. Put bones in grave. Done. And... okay. Are we good? I mean, the bones are in the grave. I've not received any actual XP or anything, but for the people who wanted Anna to be buried, she's definitely been buried. And just in case I never come back here again, go on then, Joey. One last time for luck. And there we go, me and Joey doing it in the back of his disgusting, broken down wreck of a car. Marvellous. And we're almost flipping home as well, but apparently there's an NCR Ranger safe house, like, right here. So, go on then, as I'm literally passing by, may as well go and say hello, see if there's any, like, special ammo to pick up or anything. I am actually a Ranger, so this is all legit. Here we go, never turn down a Scout handbook. That's just a beautiful free outdoorsman right there. And now, finally, on my third visit to this bloody place, I can figure out what secrets it's holding, whether it's actually a real secret vault down there. And everyone's got Wellington boots, by the way. Had a spare pair, so I gave one over to Goris as well. So, I'm not sure whether he can actually wear them or not, or maybe he's just resistant to acid because, you know, he's a Deathclaw. They're pretty resistant to stuff. But if he isn't, that's fine. He's got some Wellington boots now. And I make it safely across. Sulik makes it safely across too. Vic's possibly fallen behind and died, but I don't care because it's Vic. I'm sure he'll be along sooner or later. Right, so last time we were here, Vic fixed the generator, but we couldn't get the door open. Use electronic lockpick on door. You failed to pick the lock on this door. No, this is unacceptable. I've spent a lot of time coming here. Looks like you need an electric device to open this lock. Yes! I've got one! I've got one right here! Oh, bloody hell, it's finally happened. Right. Good. We finally... wait, what? Oh, sorry, we drew the attention of one of the geckos. That's fine, we'll just murder it. Okay, in we go. Oh, it's finally open. Come on, secret vault, because this looks like vault architecture. Right here. Secret vault, secret vault, secret vault. Come on, secret vault. And this looks somewhat like a secret vault, actually. Okay, it's not a vault because it's not actually big enough, but there is a vault here. And hello, there's also, there's a security robot here. Right, I feel like we might want to, it's not hostile yet. Maybe we say hello to it. We can't say hello to it. Can I not say hello to it because you stupid idiots are standing in the way? And, uh-oh, that's okay. I should have just shot it, really. Got it. Should have just shot it. And definitely should have just shot it. It's just going to keep firing rockets at me forever, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. Okay, this time, straight into flipping VATS mode. And, aha, it's got a missile hand and a gun hand. Now, the missile hand seems like the dangerous one. That's certainly true, but slightly poor light conditions right now. I've only got a 50-50 shot of actually hitting the damn thing. Okay, what I do also have is pulse grenades. Alright, what's my chance of hitting that? Minus 24%. Great. Okay, go back over to the gun. Sooner or later, I've got to get a lucky hit on this thing. And if I could just cripple it. Yeah, there we go. Structural damage. And that had a lot less health than I was expecting. But that's good. That's very, very good because I don't see any more security. Marvellous. Good job, team. So if this place isn't actually a vault, then what is it precisely? Just like some secret private bunker or something? Feels a bit big to just be somebody's private bunker. Computers aren't active. No power. But then again, if I could find a generator, maybe I could bring this place back to life. Nothing I can see but a handful of actual lockers here. Now, come on, game. Okay, that's not bad. That'll do as a starting point, game, but I want better than this, alright? I'm expecting something really, really damn good here. Alright, because the electronic lockpick is very well bloody hidden. Okay, some rare ammo types, that's interesting. May as well just take, yeah, literally all of this, shove it in the boot. Oh, including microfusion cells. Yeah, one day that's going to be very, very useful, I suspect. As soon as I find a plasma rifle. Ooh, give me a plasma rifle. That'd be... oh, flip. Is that a plasma pistol? I think it is. Oh, but the final locker's the one that really matters right here. So, another one of those beautiful high-powered sniper rifles and combat armor Mark II. Right. That's the good stuff right there. Okay, so what's the difference here? Looks like it is... is it like +1 to damage threshold? Yeah, +1 to damage threshold across the board by the looksy of it, with the exception of explosion, which is +3 to damage threshold. Together with, yeah, +5 to armor class, so extra 5% chance to dodge, very, very welcome indeed. And I tell you what, that plasma pistol actually is not that bad at all. That's actually decent, because sure, the damage range goes down to 15, but it also goes up to 35. Together with ammo 16, so it doesn't need to be reloaded as much as the 223. Range is a bit on the short side, it must be said, but I'll give it a go, we'll see how I feel about it. Okay, plasma pistol in one hand, GECK in the other, wearing combat armor Mark 2. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to return to town a pretty damn big badass actually. So, trying to figure out what the second part of the quest is. And I'm guessing it's the Enclave.
Chosen, the shadow of darkness arrived before you.
Right, not quite the triumphant return I was hoping for there. You know, you could have sent me a psychic vision saying, hey, we're under attack, maybe don't stop off at the den to do some mopping up.
Dark souls came. They took everyone.
And I'm guessing that's the Enclave then, right?
A rush of wind came. On it were great dragonflies that spat flame. Evil men crawled from the beasts' bellies and brought death to our warriors.
Oh, warriors couldn't stop them. No, our tribals armed with spears could not stop people with vertibirds, miniguns and power armor, John. Okay, I've spec'd you more intelligent than to say that out loud.
The spirit was willing, but the spearheads were weak. The evil ones burned our warriors with the lights of hell.
Right, so I've done all this and everyone's bloody dead. Marvellous.
All were dead or taken. My spirit returned to flesh only to reveal the truth to the chosen.
Right, so you're actually dead right now. Marvellous. You've just got to nip back into your own corpse just to let me know what's happened. Well, that's bloody convenient of you. Thank you very, very much indeed. But yes, not all dead, some taken.
A strange mist stole their minds and sent them to the land of sleep. The evil ones walked among the dreamers, yet did not dream.
Right, so some form of gas grenade to knock them unconscious, but they had power armor on, so wouldn't be affected.
The beasts swallowed all, then took to the winds.
And yes, which way were the winds that they were following going?
Did you never listen when I taught you the yearly dance of the wind spirits? South, of course.
Okay, yes, those winds, of course. Now I'm going to be nice to him because he's dying or possibly already dead.
Yes, they travelled the wind south. I overheard the dark souls speaking. They plan to rest their beasts at a place named Navarro before crossing the great basin of our Earth Mother's tears.
Now, of course, I've heard the name Navarro many times before, but I don't actually know where it is relative to the other places I've already located, so... Basin of Tears, can you at least give me a location for that?
An ocean of tears cried by a mother for her children.
Okay, do you actually have anything useful to contribute? Are you just being poetic at this point?
For me, nothing. Chosen, you must seek the fold of the Dark Ones and rescue our people.
Right, hunt down Enclave, rescue rest of tribe. And I do actually have a decent lead, which is, yes, I was told by Goris, the Enclave were very interested in Mariposa military base. And we know where that is, he's put that on my map already. So straight back down all the way in that direction, which is also conveniently close by to San Francisco. So no reason we'd actually think the Enclave were there. But, hang on, we know the Brotherhood are there. And the Brotherhood must have had dealings with the Enclave. Because if they took Mariposa, that means the Brotherhood and the Enclave have already been at war at some point. So, they might be able to help me out there. Marvellous.
You are the chosen. You must do.
And I'm guessing he's on his way out right now. Yep. So he's a bit on the dead side. And the bridge has also fallen, so I can't even go and check out the village, though. Oh, those guys over there are dead. Right, that there is the person who actually gave me a sharpened spear, which in retrospect wasn't really that useful, but, you know, he tried. Okay, so, I guess we just, like, put the GECK away in the car for a bit, right? Yeah, that'll do for the time being. Also, I just noticed on the map there, so the Cafe of Broken Dreams actually has a fixed location now, which is not where I originally ran into it, but apparently that's just where it lives on the map, so we could go and visit it again if I wanted to. But no, that probably wouldn't be very useful at all. Instead, we need to head down the coast, because we've got ourselves... Oh! Apparently I know where Navarro is. Did I always know where Navarro is, or did I just sort of figure it out because of his psychic vision? Because, yeah, you've got the 2 squares off to the left as well, suggesting go over the ocean. Right, possibly his psychic vision just told me that, so... the question is, do I actually want to start there? Or would I rather actually head down to San Francisco and the military base? I mean, I kind of may as well pop in and say hello at the bare minimum, but okay, we've got ourselves some leads to follow here, ladies and gentlemen. San Francisco, Navarro, the military base. The first half of the game is done, the second half awaits. But then again, based on the fact I've already mostly filled up the map, we're probably well over halfway at this point, unless there's like a huge amount in this black space I haven't actually come across yet. But yes, indeed, at the bare minimum, I have completed my primary objective. The GECK has been recovered. Unfortunately, the tribe I recovered it for has been a bit on the kidnapped side. So, we need to start fixing that next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nut, and this has been Fallout 2. Thank you very much, and goodbye. We have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.